Hi everyone, welcome to episode 20 of We Built a Gym. Today, very excited to bring you some updates on the fact that we are opening again, fully, outside.
Woo.
And what that means, we should be more excited.
Woo.
You can see behind us all the equipment piled up. We'll talk to you about that a little bit later. But yeah, we've had some good news and we are opening. I don't really know how I feel about the fact that we can't open fully.
Yeah, it was obviously like a big sort of outcry, disappointment, outrage on with the 4th of July announcement. That's when that was the date sort of floating around for everyone, like 4th of July.
But I did tell you, I had a feeling
few
it
days
wasn't
before
gonna
you were like,
happen.
oh, I reckon gyms are going to get stiff. We're not even going to get mentioned. We're going to get screwed over. But, it turned out to be true.
We only got half screwed over.
Yeah, half screwed over. We got screwed over indoors, not outdoors.
I always prefer to screw indoors than outdoors.
Outdoors is in the free nature, you can go wild. But anyway, back on topic, gyms and stuff. Yeah, so obviously it was a big outrage on the 4th of July announcement. We all wanted to open then. The whole industry was like buzzing to get open with all the right measures in place. Gyms have been preparing themselves, including us, getting everything sanitized the shit. Just like we mentioned in the last podcast that we had a few bits of, cleaning stuff. Well, not just a few bits, some big bits.
Yeah, shit ton.
Everyone was ready, like lines for social distancing and whatever other measures there were. And it didn't happen. There was that big disappointment, and what did happen was that lots of other places were allowed to reopen. So hairdressers, hair salons, but the big one was pubs. Pubs were allowed to open indoors and outdoors with the right measures, and gyms weren't.
It is silly, but I saw, do you know Pretty Powerlifter on Instagram? The guy that owns Lift Gyms in Scotland and shit. He said, and I think it's really true, that he was like, for all you people outraged, and you're like, everyone is outraged that gyms aren't open. He was like, remember that your social media is an echo chamber of your beliefs. You follow people that like the things you like. People follow you because you like what they like. So, yeah, everyone on your feed is outraged.
Yeah.
But that's because you follow gyms and weightlifters and powerlifters.
100%, yeah. The other guy who goes to the gym is also going to be annoyed that the gym isn't opening.
Yeah, like I bet everyone that pubs follow wasn't saying that. So I think the outrage is real, but it's not as big as we think it is.
It's sort of clouded by, social media.
And
for a day or two, and then it dies down.
I think a mistake a lot of people made is they're really emotional and started putting posts out there like, this is bullshit. Like, be a professional. Like, take a minute, take a break, think about what positivity you can take out of it. Like, what's the point in getting on your social media and being like, this is a joke. If we were selling beer, we'd be able to open. Shut up, mate. Like, none of that's true.
I did see a lot of people being like unnecessarily
grown-up.
sarcastic, and like making memes and whatever else. It's like
changing then. Oh, what if we call ourselves like athlete pub?
Yeah. It's
shut
not funny.
up.
Yeah, it's not funny. Like your members don't want to hear that. They'll have like a little chuckle. But what they really want to hear is an action plan as to what's going to happen with the stuff they want to do and positive stuff.
What's going to get you more, like, from your members, or what's going to provide more to them? You moaning, or you being like, do you know what, guys? 2 weeks to go.
Yeah.
Because actually, on that same day, the thing that they all ignored was that the culture secretary tweeted out, gyms, we're coming for you middle of July.
Mid-July, yeah, exactly.
So, like, take that, use that, seize it, be positive, rather than thinking that you're fucking hilarious and being like, oh, look, we're now a cinema.
Yeah, I'm going to be sarcastic and that'll change everything. No way.
We're now a theatre.
And you guys were straight on it. Like, I literally came in and to help clean up and sort of set up, and you guys had already bought the gazebos for outside. So you were, cracked down straight on it rather than being like, what a joke.
What a shock. We'd made plans before it happened.
Yeah.
What a shock. We'd had a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C.
100%,
and we were like, right, it's not plan A, plan B it is. And off Tim went to buy gazebos.
Yeah.
I'm here producing the content, ready to go. Like, be productive, be positive. Stop being a mug.
Whereas other gyms had, I saw loads of other gyms and companies and stuff like that. And they had guaranteed, almost guaranteed their members that it was going to be 4th of July opening.
Some emailed their members, didn't they? And they were like, like a few weeks back.
Yeah,
like
and
we're opening on the 4th of July. Like, why do that?
Well, that's like false promises. That's
Naive.
You follow what the government is saying. Don't just believe like the Daily Mail on Facebook being like 4th of July and then be like, oh, take that as truth. You've got to go with what actually comes from the government. All these false promises. We're going to be open 4th of July, and then they had to take it back and be like, well, not the news we were hoping for. It's like, well, yeah, of course it wasn't.
But it's like all the CrossFit gyms that felt strongly enough about CrossFit's recent direction to de-affiliate.
Yeah.
Well, loads of them now, essentially, they demanded change out of CrossFit and then de-affiliated before CrossFit had a chance to provide change.
To react to
and
what they
now that
wanted,
CrossFit, in what's it been, like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Have sold the company. Like everything is
Somehow.
going to change. Now they're all actually, I've heard that some of them are kind of actually like sneakily like, well, do you know what? We'll just de-affiliate.
We regret that now. We'll go back. Yeah.
Like, just take a breath, think about your actions, just be a grown-up.
It's obviously easy
There's
to be like quite
positivity to
impulsive
take
with
from
some of these things, but you don't want to be impulsive with your company's decisions, do you? Like have a plan of action.
Take the positivity.
Yeah.
You can take it, seize upon it, and use it as fuel rather than like trying to breed this just negative. And I'm aware of the irony of me saying that with a negative tone in my voice, moaning about it.
You guys are negative, and that's negative.
Well, yeah, it not really grinds my gears.
Yeah.
Like, I just think you missed an opportunity to
No,
be
you
positive.
are speaking truth. Yeah.
And that's why our positive solution is the outdoor gym. Amazingly, the outdoor gym posts have been some of our most well-received social media posts ever. Not just in terms of likes, but in terms of engagement, audience reach, the amount of people sharing it, sending it on.
It's because it look good. Like, who doesn't want to go out there, get a tan, and do some bicep curls with your mates at a
jacked
distance?
and tan.
Yeah, that's cool.
At a social distance.
And then sanitize your bench after. Like, who doesn't want to wipe down that bench? It's fun.
I would wipe down that bench.
Yeah, wipe it good.
And I think that's been really great for us to see that actually there's been people around the country getting in touch. Like, wow, really loving what you guys are doing with the outdoor gym. Wish my gym would do that. Not to toot our own horn, but just use the positivity.
Yeah, it's like that thing, because obviously there have been a couple of like more mature moves, which has been awesome. Like Eddie Hall, obviously world-class strongman, owner of the 500 kilo record until Thor unofficially took it. If you don't know who Eddie Hall is, you probably should, especially if you're watching this podcast. But he did like a letter, like a really well-designed, well-written letter to Prime Minister.
I guess.
Was it sort of addressing?
I think you have to send it to your local MP.
Local, that's it. Yeah.
With the request that they will then take it to Parliament.
Yeah.
I think.
But that's a much better way of structuring it, and it had like his signature and it's properly addressed, and everything, rather than just going on social media and writing something in your notes and posting it up, slapping it out there. It's like that was actually well done and was very well received as well, because a lot of people are like, wow, this is a good thing to do.
Yeah.
I'll get involved. Also, there were petitions, weren't there?
Yep. Yeah. I think mine may be different to lots of gym owners. Someone pointed out to me that the hospitality industry, the pubs, the restaurants, is worth 25 billion to the economy, and gyms are worth 5 billion to the economy.
Yeah.
So actually, if you can only open one or the other to mitigate risk of a second peak and all of that, like if you can't open both, what one are you going to open?
Yeah, the one that obviously...
The one that's worth 5 times the amount to the economy.
Of course.
It makes sense.
It does, yeah.
And maybe, I think the statistic is something like 13% of people in the country have a gym membership. 13%. So what percentage of the public do you think go to the pub or a restaurant?
At least once a week, yeah.
Or like once a month, or like...
You look at the statistics and yeah, when you look at it like that and break it down, it is going to be gyms who take the hit, especially independent gyms.
And only for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And in that time, we can think outside the box, we can be productive, we can be positive.
Exactly.
We'll do our outdoor gym, you do whatever you want to do. There are people that are doing it. To be fair, we've had the outdoor gym idea since early May.
Right, the start, yeah.
Yeah, like maybe earlier, like April time. And we were going to do outdoor Metcons when lockdown happened, but then it wasn't possible.
It didn't work out, yeah.
And that's where actually I think some gyms jumped the gun. There are gyms, really credible gyms, that have been doing outdoor gym for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Now I think this announcement by the government shows that actually you doing it then was against the
was
rules.
bending the guidelines, 100%.
Yeah, because why mention that it's now possible from the 4th of July? Well, because it wasn't possible before that,
exactly.
when you've been doing it. But, you know, like, to each their own. I think some gyms are going a little bit rogue with it and coming up with different solutions that definitely break the law.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of companies, a lot of other gyms we've seen like pushing their luck a bit with it for sure. Like, you know, giving a range of people that are going to be allowed to come to the outdoor stuff that they're offering or the classes that they're running, when in fact, you know, it's still stated in the government guidelines, maximum of 6 people.
Oh God, yeah.
Unless but you can have more if it's people from the same household. Is that right? Am I right?
Is it if it's 2 households,
you can have up to 30 because they said weddings.
In a public gym, you're going to have people from, you know, chances are if you've got 6 people there, they're going to be from 6 households.
Yeah.
You know, like at best, maybe 4 households.
Exactly.
You know, like, and to see gyms saying things like, oh, well, we're going to take up to 8 people. Like, no, you're not.
That's not the rules, you know. And it's not like, you know, oh, these are general rules. Like, that's government rules that you should be following.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that, like, we've lived lockdown perfectly, that we haven't broken any rules, blah, blah, blah. But I think when you're, like, that's your personal behaviour, your personal life, right? And that doesn't make it right, you know, like to have been to 2 supermarkets in one day at the beginning, you know, or whatever. That doesn't make it right. But to then try and break the rules to profit, I just think it's ridiculous.
Yeah. And
we're gonna take up to 8 people. Shut up! Like, it's there in writing.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop trying to mug off your members, mug off the public, and be like, well, actually, you know, like they might only take 6, but we're gonna go up to 8. All right.
Why?
Do you rob old people and say it's okay? No, like it's like it's right or wrong. Maybe if they're wealthy.
Such an extreme comparison, yeah.
Yeah, just around the care home. Like, you don't need it anymore. Like
that M&S food doesn't pay for itself. Even if you get the reduced deals, which there are a lot of. Go check it out.
Oh, no filth. I just think things like that are just ridiculous. And then you've got gyms now, like, we've been really conscious. Obviously, we have access to an amazing gym to train in during lockdown. We're really conscious to not throw that in people's faces and be like, well, hey guys, by the way, I get to train. Because that's naive, just mean-spirited, silly. There are gyms that are now posting up like that they've allowed a few members indoors to train. What are you doing? Why?
Why would you do that? Not to mention, like, with the limits that people are trying to push their luck on, you know, how are you going to implement the measures that, you know, people are going to be wary of? You know, it's not fair, you know, if to the other 8 people, if you've got 10 overall who are trying to social distance and, you know, clean things down and everything, to be in contact that close, it's just not fair. I mean, for us personally, you know, we've got 5 squat racks out there, which is awesome. And like you said in that video, more than most gyms have anyway. Lol, get wrecked. But, you know, that means 6 people, so 5 and including the instructor, is perfect.
That's it. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Like, and I think the other thing that's really, so we've been getting contacted by lots of people who basically, they want to come and join. And we've said that we're not open for new members at the moment. You know, whoever is a member on the 1st of July is a member moving forward until we're ready to reopen.
Yeah.
So yeah, like anyone who pays on the 1st of July will be able to do our outdoor gym until we can prove that we can provide for those people.
Yes.
There's a lot of people that are getting in touch, like, when can I join? How can I join? Like, things like that. And lots of them are talking about the fact that they're leaving their gyms because their gyms have done some ridiculous stuff, like put membership prices up while they've been closed. So they've said, well, actually, if you want to stay a member, you need to pay more. And one of the people that came to talk to us about wanting to join up was talking about the fact that she wanted to freeze her membership. She said, well, no, can I freeze? Happy to have supported you and have paid all this time, but like, if you're putting the prices up, I'll freeze. And they said, no, you can't freeze. You're either going to pay the higher rate or you're gone. And if you ever want to come back, you've got to pay an enormous joining fee, like over £100. So like she had the choice, and actually,
why would you do that?
It's just silly.
It's horrible, yeah.
And then gyms that we've heard of who are saying, and rightly so, because maybe these are the restrictions that come in. You can only train a couple of times a week. Like for us, for our outdoor gym, we're saying only 2 times a week to make sure there's room for everyone.
Yeah.
Sounds fair. But they're saying you can only train twice a week or 3 times a week unless you pay us more money. So they're saying for health and safety, you can only train twice a week. But
for you,
give us more money.
I just think that's like I have seen that as well. Like gyms with tiered memberships. So obviously we have like gym only, gym and classes. And the gym and classes people who regularly do the Metcons anyway are going to get access to the Metcons we have here. But I've seen other gyms who have like you see it like bronze, silver, gold membership or whatever. I have seen them put as a priority like their gold members. It's like, well, albeit that person is on your bronze membership, which is a bit less benefits or whatever, you're still cutting them out.
It's still a member. Yeah.
And it's still a member. It's not fair. And I've seen other gyms. This is a bad one. I feel like we're just ranting, but it's a bit disappointing in our industry. Like, I haven't really seen any other industries. Like, I saw hairdressers and other barbers and stuff who were extremely annoyed that there were independent barbers, working throughout lockdown. I mean, you look at this. Yeah. This is me. This is not a barber. I mean, you can tell because it's awful. I tried to fade and it did not go well. So, yeah. There we go.
Oh, no. I ended up looking a little bit like Adam Bishop.
Yeah. Oh, how awful.
Love me. No, that is ridiculous.
That will become more relevant soon. You'll see a video.
Yeah. That is ridiculous, yeah, that those independent barbers are open and stuff.
Yeah, and the whole industry was like, no, why are you doing that? But I've seen other gyms, who they've got their old equipment that they have in the gym. So like us getting like, the dumbbells that we've had since the beginning. Yeah. And selling them off for the same or higher price than they bought them to replace them and get new kit. So I saw these gyms that they were selling off their old, like genuinely old rusted barbells. A couple of them were bent, like, grotty dumbbells and just extremely and obviously old kit. Not to even people who don't know about gym equipment. Obviously used and old. Selling it at the price it retails at or above, so that they could go and replace all the replace all the kit in their gym and be like, wow, look at all the new equipment we got. We're really taking care of you by profiteering.
It's just,
I mean, it's just not fair.
In a time like this, in a time of like national or global crisis, it becomes really obvious when people are profiteering. It becomes really obvious when people are seeing an opportunity to rip people off. And I think, it's no surprise that when we announced we weren't taking new members for a while, to be respectful of the people that have stayed with us and been loyal to us, because you don't just buy loyalty. Like it takes time and you earn it, and we're very grateful to have had it from people. A gym nearby posting, we're taking new members. How does that look?
How does that look? To me, it just looks sleazy. It's like, well, we don't care about anything but your money. Like, it just says it's money driven. And like I said before this podcast, like, profiteering bites back, especially as an independent business, especially as a smaller business. If you are seen to be profiteering, taking advantage of people, or some sort of thing that people could consider like a bit of a scam, bit of a con, and they realize that that's happening, it bites back. Yeah. And you won't last long. Yeah, like either on reputation or financially. It's just not going to work.
Everyone knows that a business is there to make money.
Of course.
To pay for the salaries of, the people that are employed and all those things. Obviously every business has overheads, rent, electricity, all of that.
Yeah,
but, a business is there to make money. They're not charities. Charities are charities for a reason. Yeah. Even though some charities make an obscene amount of money.
Yeah.
But imagine if when lockdown's over, I go on a holiday around the world for 5 weeks.
Yeah.
People would be like, hang on.
What? Yeah.
Like, wait, how are you paying for that?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wait, I supported the gym, and now you're like, it's stupid.
It just wouldn't add up, would it? And it wouldn't look fair.
Yeah.
Or, just go and do it and don't post it anywhere on social media or don't tell anyone about it.
I need you to cover some of my shifts for like 5 weeks.
For 5-6 weeks, yeah. If you see me on a big boat, then you know what's happened.
I think that's probably enough shade for one episode to throw. But yeah, so I think really the message from us and for this is like, sucks we couldn't open on July the 4th, like fully, but it's great that we're getting to do something. It's better than nothing.
And the weather's been amazing, so it should
step.
be great. It should be really, really good. The weather has been solid. Like last week was meltingly hot. So, you know, I think it'd be really fun. Like get some of the kit outdoors. It's not something we get to do often, you know, enjoy the summer while it's here.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks and hopefully we'll be back in
it. Every day, you know, every day we're going to be hauling all of that equipment out there. Every day we're going to be hauling it back in to make sure that it's protected from the weather and being stolen. But it's going to be worth it for 2 weeks to just put some graft in, let the members come and train, like get a bit of community back, get a bit of feeling. It's another step closer.
Well, we know how much it means to some people as well. You know, people who've been without, you know, kit at all or anything to use for the past 3 months. And it's going to mean so much when they can come back and have access to, you know, actually what we've got, like a decent little gym out there. You know, it's going to mean a lot to them and it's going to be great to see. And as you said, it's like that last final stepping stone before we're back in here.
Yeah. So yeah, that's us for just, we weren't actually intending to throw that much shade in one episode, but here we are. That's it for episode 20. Next time you'll see us, we'll have been outside. We'll have lots of content to show you of the outdoor gym. Got 2 new bits of equipment coming, 2 new bits of kit coming this week. Very excited.
Oh yeah.
For those, some plate-loaded bad boys, and it's going to mean we're going to get rid of one of our old cable bits of equipment that I've never liked. That's exciting. So see you next time. See you soon. Bye.
Bye guys.